Welcome to your daily focus for July the 20th, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the videos with family and friends. Thank you for liking the videos. You guys rock. Now, there hasn't been many videos to share or to subscribe to over the last week, and I do apologize for that. I took ill. I just went right down for the count, which is happening more and more frequently, and I'm noticing this pattern. And I really do think it's because of the amount of negative energy, or it's restless energy. It's we're feeling confined in many ways. We're feeling like we've been stripped of some pleasures, some joys, some beautiful experiences that we could be having. And different levels depending on where you are. Some of it is complete lockdown. Others, the doors are starting to open, and we're standing in line for to sit on a patio and have some French fries with somebody. And I'm a frontline worker, and I meet a lot of people, so there's a lot of energy, and I do protection every day. I would have to, in order to come here and be positive every day. And I have been showing up for 6 or 7 years now, very positive. It's probably been, probably that, guys. But when I am drained, so I started feeling better on the end of day 2, but I still felt really drained. So I didn't want to, in another week, drop out on you again, because it's becoming a pattern here. And I'm not going to show up. In good conscience, I simply cannot show up to give you a message of what you should be doing, how you can enable yourself, how you can move forward, and get the message wrong. To tell you to do something that is completely wrong. I got the message wrong. I got it mixed up. I got it backwards, and it changed your life in some way that was far from positive. And I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. So I want to make sure that my energy is strong and high. And I've been showing up every day and doing this. And it's hard to keep your energy up sometimes. But I'm finding, this has been a very hard year for anybody to keep their energy up. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I am positive, and I look for the positive, and I even take the negative energy and say, hey, how can we spin this into something positive into our lives so that we can walk through it with the strength and grow our courage and our strength. So even I'm feeling it to a great extent. So bear with me as I take time to meditate, as I take time to pray, as I take time to ground myself so that I can bring in a true message for you each and every day. So my apologies for not being here. But it opened my eyes to what I need to do. And where I can step up my game. And so I took a little bit of downtime so that I could recharge my batteries, so I could regroup, so I could strengthen my positivity, my love, and my connection. So what do we have? We have July the 20th. And it's a new moon. So very, very beautiful energy. If we look at the 20, the 20 energy is all about turning points and decision-making time. And throughout the entire eclipse season, we were asked to grow that dream big and then grow it bigger. To think about what we could do, to understand our truest talents and our abilities, to uncover some of them, to start to nurture them, to grow them, to strengthen them. And that was really over the last, 6 weeks or so. That's been constantly part of the energy. So now we are in this new moon energy, a brand new moon in Cancer. And it's saying, okay, it's time to make decisions. You're at a turning point now. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to put your focus? Where do you want to grow? If we do the numerology of the day, it's a 13 energy, which is about release, transformation, change. So what do we need to release? Where do we need to let go? Okay, 13 in the tarot is the death card. Where do we need to complete something? Let something go, something dissipate in our life, something that no longer belongs in our life, something that maybe is negative and pulls us down. Maybe it's a responsibility and obligation that burdens us, oppresses us in some way. I don't know who's thinking that, but that word came out. So your angels and your guides are working very hard through me to get you the message that you need. So that makes me feel better, because I wasn't sure if I was still up to it. Gives me a glimmer of hope. So if we take the 1 plus 3, it becomes a 4. And 4 is really about our foundations and whatnot. Now, when you start to look at, I'm going to come back to the 4 a little bit here, because when we look at the sun and the moon in Cancer, it is opposing Saturn. Remember last week I said it was going to be opposing Saturn at some point? I didn't know it was on the new moon day, so that makes it even, that just kind of enhances the energy of the new moon for us, that Saturn's going to be there. Saturn's going to say, not so fast. You haven't learned this yet. You don't have a proper strategy. You need a plan. You need to have focus. You need to give your energy to it. And maybe it's 10 minutes a day, maybe it's 4 hours a day, but you need to be consistent. You need to have a patience with yourself and not expect yourself to just, it's not like waving a magic wand and everything appears. It's more about being grounded. And I think with the 4, it's about, I always talk about the foundation and stripping things down. It is going back to the basics. It's saying, okay, let's go back to square one. Did I miss something? Am I putting my energy in a part that doesn't really work into the whole game plan of what I'm hoping for, what I'm driving for, what I am setting my goals towards, where I want the achievements? So I think that a lot of the energy will be about that. Now, the sun, of course, is in Cancer, but the moon, I believe, around supper time, maybe, for most of us, just a little bit before, maybe just a little bit after, the moon will move into Leo. It'll be about happiness and giggles and joy. It will be about your creativity coming out, maybe your inner expression coming out. You want to be noticed for your talents, your abilities under the Leo moon, and maybe even invite in a little bit of romance. Absolutely. So, but remember with Saturn rewards those with patience, those with determination, those with perseverance, those with dedication, those with meeting responsibilities. And usually Saturn sets things up so that it's not the easiest walk. It's not a cakewalk for sure to get to a goal, a dream, or a desire. So know that there'll be learning experiences coming your way. Know that there will be challenges ahead of you. So it's the tried and true. It's the slow and steady that we really have to concentrate on now. When it comes to our goals, when it comes to our dreams. Our first card is, look at this, the High Priestess comes out as our first card. She's a 2 energy. So the 2 plus 0 is a 2. That enhances the 2 energy with a godlike presence. And here is the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess, first and foremost, is asking you to sit in quiet contemplation and look within and see the magic that resides in you. To understand your talents, your abilities, the unique you. To understand that you are a thing of beauty, that you are deserving, that you are worthy. That there are things that you can do that nobody else can do because you are you. You are unique. This is about perhaps unexpected things happening in our life, coming into our life, giving us pause, giving us a moment of entertaining it. So it could be a thought, it could be somebody sending you an email that they've heard about you and they want to sign you up. It could be new people, it could be new experiences, definitely learning experiences with Saturn involved. And this is where the magic comes into your life, but really, it's about allowing the magic out of you to create your new reality. Of inviting that reality in because you are allowing yourself to, let the magic out. The talents, the abilities, the giggle inside of you, the love inside of you, the compassion inside of you. And to be open to being, standing in your truth. Who you are, your morals, your commitment, your view of your tomorrow. We have the Page of Swords. Well, the Page of Swords comes out, and really the Page of Swords just wants something to happen. And so the Page of Swords will quite often, being a very young energy, do something that hasn't been thought through properly, and it really ends up wrong in so many levels. On so many levels, it ends up wrong because we didn't think it through. But we just wanted something to happen, anything to happen. Now, you will be meeting this energy as well. So when somebody just gets in your face or does something that just kind of makes you step back for a second, know that it is the energy that is around us right now. So how do we respond to it? Now, this is a very beautiful energy because the veil is very thin. So talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Sit in quiet contemplation. But with this young energy, we don't want to sit in quiet contemplation. We want to get out there and explore the world and step on our path and meet our goals and feel our accomplishments and feeling stronger every day because of what we're doing. And so we're not really going to like any kind of pushbacks, holdbacks, any blocks in the road. And we may, if we're not thinking it through properly, we may make the wrong decision. So this card usually comes out to warn us that we may just jump the gun. We may just say yes to something and no to something else so that we can get different motion happening in our life or a different energy invited into our life. And we really have to think things through. So be careful with that energy. But if we think things through, if we give it time for pause, excuse me, if we give it time for pause, we can invite in a very beautiful energy, a very beautiful knowledge. We can tap into that sage wisdom. I mean, when the sun and moon come together in the sky, that is our intellect and our emotion working as one. So use that energy accordingly. Yes, we want to understand the feeling of how we're going to feel going forward if this happens or that happens. But we also want to say, well, will I be grounded? Is this useful? Does this move me in the direction I want? Does this create the environment or the reality that I want to step into, that I want to be present now? We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is a lot about listening to your intuition, allowing your intuition, your sage wisdom to guide you. Okay, they come together today and over the next 2 weeks to help you to move forward, to see things clearly, to understand that there is another way. We don't wear any armor here. We don't even have a weapon. We hold our abundance out because really your truest of abundances cannot be ever taken away from you, because the abundance truly is you, your talents, your abilities, the beauty of who you are, the unique you coming forward and doing what you want to do, what you set out to do, to reach those goals, to reach those dreams. Trust me, if you have a passion, a dream, a desire, and you long for it on some level, it is meant to be in your path. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that longing, that desire. We don't even have reins for that horse, so we are trusting in something bigger than ourselves, something that will help move us forward. So have a faith. Whatever happens, when that roadblock comes up, understand that it's there for a reason. Maybe it's to teach you something. Maybe it's to help you finally rid yourself of something, so that you can move forward with that roadblock never being present again in your life. We have the King of Cups. What a beautiful new moon kind of energy the King of Cups is. because he is our intellect and our emotion coming together to lead ourselves in the right direction, to make the plan. You know, I see the King of Cups as the stereotypical dad that wants to make sure that you're going to be right, okay, fine, long after he's gone. So he'll ask you the hard questions. Do you have enough money? Where are you going? Where are you staying? Do they treat you well? What's your next step? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How are you growing yourself? Where are you working? Do you like the job? What are you good at doing? How can it make you money? Because if you love what you're doing, you're never really truly working a day in your life. And look at this, the devil shows up. We start with the high priestess, we end with the devil. We have all royalty in between, the page, the knight, the king. This is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is the new beginning, the new start, the new realization. And so we go back, I think, to a very young energy again in our path, where we have to start learning, where we have to start doing our due diligence, where we have to start applying ourselves each and every day in some way to meet our goals, to keep the strategy intact. So you're allowing the things that have held you back, has burdened you, has been negative energy around you to dissipate, to actually burn up in the flames, to become ash. And you rise out of this forged with a sense of courage and strength and know-how to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Saturn can be, you know, our biggest helper, our biggest hindrance, depending on how we use this energy, because Saturn is opposing. And actually, if you look up in the sky, okay, Lord of the Rings is up there. You should be able to see the rings around Saturn over the next 2 days quite clearly. So there's that as well. So if you really want to connect with that energy, look up for Saturn. And I'm not sure where it would be. I do have an app for that though, so maybe I'll find it for you guys. To tell me where to look and what time to look to really see these kinds of things in the sky. Because you do feel an energy when you look up at it and you acknowledge it for what it is. So Saturn is there opposing our dreams, our intellect, how we use it together, where there's contradictions, where there needs to be transformation, where there needs to be release, where there needs to be focus, where there needs to be attention. Above all, are you having a patience for yourself? Let's get a mantra, shall we? So I may be, I'm still not 100%. But I don't want to miss Wednesday because Wednesday is going to be a powerhouse kind of energy. I just kind of briefly looked at the week ahead and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at Wednesday. It almost shadows this beautiful new moon we have. And it may not be a beautiful new moon for a lot of us because we haven't allowed ourselves to release those burdens, to get rid of that negative energy so that we can step into that new beginning. Look at this, dreams, believe in your dreams, believe in your dreams. Okay, what is your heart calling to do? What is your soul calling to do? What does that inner child inside of you still want to accomplish, do, become? What kind of relationships do you want to form in your life? Best friends, lovers, associates, partnerships, family? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your wants? And follow your dreams. Trust in your dreams. For they are calling you, they are asking you, inviting you in upon the path. So this being our mantra card for the new moon, I would highly advise, getting a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen and just setting it at your nightstand. And when you wake up and you have that dream, start writing it down. Because in about 5 to 10 seconds, that dream is going to be completely gone and erased from your mind. And your dreams can hold those small clues, those aha moments, those little epiphanies. So, dreams. Let's go to dreams. Well, open right up to dreams. Believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself. Reach for the stars. You have courage, patience, passion. All within you. And it will make a difference. When you have a dream, only you have the responsibility to make it real. Dreams are never free. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes sacrifice to create the reality and live your dream. It takes preparation, determination, and effort. So never compromise or surrender your dreams. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and know that you've got this. The mantra is, I believe in following my dreams. I believe my dreams are becoming my reality. I believe that I am worthy of the dreams that I imagine for myself going forward. That I am deserving of that path. Believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself. We'll do an animal card, and then of course we will do a Journey of Love card as well, because it is a new moon. And I keep the eclipses and the new moon and full moons in a bar. I call it specials. I didn't know what to call it, so I call it specials. I'm a real high-tech kind of person. So if you want to, that solar eclipse and lunar eclipse will be following us for the next 6 months, right into the end of November and December. So we do want to keep that energy, reminded of that energy, because that is the underbelly of all energy leading forward. But I will be putting the new moon up so that, in about a week, 10 days or so, you want to revisit this video. So I always leave that up for you guys. And I always list the decks that I use for you. Who do we have? Look at this. Oh, when's the last time we saw this card? Some of my my long-term followers are going to be singing the minute I show you that it is the swan. See the beauty around you. More importantly, see the beauty within you. We couldn't have a more fitting animal show up for our new moon, could we? So partnership, beauty, grace, and elegance, and partnership. So partnerships is mentioned twice. And I love the author. I love the illustrator for this deck with all my heart. I just love the little things you see. That's why I hold the card up for you to see it, because you will see something. Like you may see the purple flowers as the spirituality within you that is welling up and ready to evolve you to the next level. You may relate to the beauty of the swan and the simpleness that we don't have to have all these layers in order to be worthy, in order to be deserving, that we can be very simply ourselves. You may see the calmness. You may see the reflection, knowing that you are male and female, that you are emotion and intellect, that you are human and spiritual all at the same time. So a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dreams that you wish will come true. And that's by none other than Cinderella. The swan is often associated with the transition from the ugly duckling into a beautiful swan. And in this message, Swan wants you to know that you have been beautiful since the moment of your conception. And it's true. It's what people told you, their stories, their opinions, that made you start to see that you had a flaw, or you weren't as pretty or as handsome as the next person, or you couldn't do this right or that right. But really, there has been a beauty about you since the moment of your conception. Your spirit is something that people find beautiful. Swan wants to remind you that you are loved very much. Swan tells you to look deep within and around yourself. See the beauty all around you and in you. It can be in simple things like a flower blooming on the side of the road, to a smile from a stranger. Beautiful surrounds you. You may be doubting your love relationship, but Swan reassures you that your partnership is strong. And if you're not in a love relationship, this is an indication that a long-lasting and beautiful relationship could be right in the very next pond. So believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. We're getting that very, very strongly between our mystical wisdom cards and our animal cards. Let's see if the Journey of Love cards brings it all together, as it so often does, huh? This deck is just truly amazing in my eyes, and usually extremely colorful. So it's a lot about our dreams. I mean, we start off with the High Priestess telling us to look within and see the magic within us. What kind of dreams, what kind of ambitions do we have for ourselves? Do we believe in ourselves enough to go after those dreams, those ambitions, those goals, those desires? Where do we need to grow the love for ourselves? Where do we forget to see the beauty that is within us and around us? And yet we have the devil there saying it's time for transformation. It's time for release. It's time to pick a new path, to walk away from the old, from the past, and celebrate the now and the future that you are stepping into. And of course, Saturn sitting across from the sun and moon tells us that we need to work hard at it. We need to give it our focus. We need to give it our attention. So maybe it's just giving ourselves that focus and attention. And Saturn rewards those with a patience, with a determination. So push through it. Know that Saturn is just seeing if you realize your own strength. Saturn won't give you something that you can't handle, but you may believe you can't handle it at the time. Saturn is seeing if you believe in yourself, and if you can tap into your sage wisdom and use it in combination with your emotion to make the right decision the first time around. Okay, our Journey of Love card is Earth Angel 54. Excuse me. 54, Earth Angel. Look at that. She's surrounded by this rainbow of light and beauty. And 5 plus 4 is a 9. So that is the completion of preparing our way forward. Look at that. It looks very close to what's on the front of the... Isn't it? Anyways, let's go to Earth Angel 54. And I will read the poem first. There's a poem at the end and at the beginning. So now I'm lost. What should I do? Okay, so I'm going to read the first poem at the front and end it with the last one. So, Earth angel, you carry the world in your robes and heaven in your hair. You bring me a special gift now, responding to my prayer. Though sometimes I may feel that I am struggling or alone, you come to me now and carry me into my heart. You bring me home. Even from the darkest depths, I rise up to meet your light. I cannot be separated from the divine. I cannot be separated from the light. This oracle brings a message of divine guidance. You have an angel with you, watching over you, assisting you in response to your heart's call for help, love, and protection for you and your beloveds. Your prayers have been heard, and they are being answered. Keep praying each day from your heart and know that you are safely carried on the journey of love. If you have been worrying about a loved one, know that this protection extends to them as well. You are asked to pray more and worry less, allowing love to be. Thank you for walking with me. Before you climbed up here, I was afraid. I had risked everything by holding out my hand, and now, as I share your joy and excitement at being a friend, I realize I may have to run to catch up with you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.